So I don't know if this is actually going to be a video, but we'll see what happens. But I'm on my way to go look at this 2002 XR50 just for kind of something for like a little quick flip. Obviously XRs don't really sell, or the 50 doesn't really sell for much, but just something to kind of get my hands dirty. So let's go check it out. Well, here she is in all her glory. 2002 XR50. A couple things that they left out in the sale. For one, that. For two, that. Forks are definitely not the greatest. And cheap Amazon carb. So, I mean, it runs, but doesn't run great. This air filter is pretty terrible too, so probably gonna have to replace that. But overall, good bones. I mean, clean her up, replace the rear tube because that was the biggest thing. But the tires are pretty fresh, so, and the grips aren't even that bad too. I was thinking maybe I'll replace the grips, but those are pretty good too. Just, it looks like kind of whatever was around is what held it up. So gonna try to fix that and make improvements. So it looks like we have an adjustable rear shock that looks pretty roached, if I'm gonna be quite honest. Gas tank bolts that probably could be replaced. But this exhaust has got me wondering, because if you look at it, you know, even if I hold it all the way up, it is not lining up with that. And I don't know if there's supposed to be a mount for there, but then I turned around, Yamaha. I don't know if Honda uses a Yamaha exhaust, but I think we're gonna have to go track down an exhaust for this bike because I don't think this is the right exhaust. So we got the countershaft sprocket off, carb off, because it wasn't running very good. So just gonna clean out this carburetor. It's this cheap Chinese crap. I mean, it's always difficult when I see people who have these, because it's like, why not just rebuild the OG one? We're gonna take some bolts to the hardware store to replace, and then yeah, we're gonna drain the oil out of this thing, pull the motor out, clean the frame up, try to get it as clean as we can, and see what we can do. So this is a mess. Tools, parts, bolts, screws, oil everywhere, but the engine's out of it, and there's the frames. So part of me wants to just prime it, repaint it back to silver, because it looks like it has been repainted in the past. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and just clean it up and just kind of touch up the rust spots. Not fully repaint it, but sand the rust spots, repaint the rust spots, kind of make it a little bit more pretty. Not perfect, but yeah, this thing had like no oil in it. This thing's supposed to have a quart of oil, so that's a little sketchy. But I also got to find an exhaust now too, which kind of sucks. So see what happens. So got back from Cycle Gear and Wally World, picked up everything hopefully that we're gonna need for this besides the freaking exhaust. That's kind of been hard to find for me because I don't want to buy like the cheap Amazon ones that you can get and they just sound like crap, you know. I wanted to get an OEM one, but if I get an OEM one, it's not going to be here for like another 2 weeks. So that's been a little bit of a struggle. I don't want to spend the money to buy a $300 FMF, you know, or a fucking Yoshimura or whatever it's called. I don't really want to spend that money. So yeah, we're just going to see how this kind of goes. But right now what we are going to start on is we're going to pull the rear triangle out, clean the frame up, and I got some paint to kind of clean up some of the rust spots, and we're going to try that out. And we're also going to start degreasing the motor and all that fun shisa. So time-lapse mode, we'll see. So washing, kind of dry. We're gonna try to get this point, I mean, it ain't gonna be pretty, but it's gonna do what it needs to do. The frame definitely had been repainted at some point in time, so I'm hoping the paint I got matches up, hopefully. I don't know whether to start the rear tire or I don't know what I'm gonna do. So there's the reason why the tube popped. From my knowledge, I don't think you're supposed to run this other bolt or this other nut on the other end of it. So I think that's the reason why that popped. So, but we got a new one. So shout out to Colin over at Cycle Gear, hooked me up. So thank you, dude. Oh my god. Okay, so I haven't filmed because I suck at filming, but yeah, the frame is all one color with literally no rust spots. Obviously, it is not perfect because it doesn't need to be perfect. Like, yeah, you can just see scratches and stuff like that, but that's okay. But rear tire and the tube is on. You can tell I've been painting a bunch of crap. So we're going to hopefully have the rear brake done. Feels like it. So we're going to install the rear brake, everything like that on, and the rear shock. Yes, this is why you don't work like me. Work organized. If you have a bench, use it. I obviously don't, but I didn't put anything where it's supposed to be. Because now I've spent like 30 minutes looking for this freaking lower bolt. Speaking of which, frame looks really good. Almost looks like the CR aluminum frames, which it doesn't. Far from good. Far, I don't know how to say it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today. You know what? I think for what I've done for today, not bad at all. Started like at 11. And so I'm not gonna complain at all. The frame looks, like I said, good from afar, but far from good. The engine, I'm gonna clean, probably take the kickstand off and everything like that tomorrow, and probably order some parts tonight for that POS. So, but other than that, I mean, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Make sure you guys eat your breakfast. Shout out to my pops. Yummy. I got the motor in. I just have the one bolt holding it in for right now because I'm gonna go to the auto parts store later. Carbs on, everything like that. Just making sure I have the cable incorrectly, but honestly, she cleans up pretty nice. We're back. 2.5 hours, pretty much, but BBR pipe, a brand spanking new CRF 70 cylinder and piston, and a brand new rear wheel. Very, very nice. We also have these, which is painted and ready to go. So hopefully we can stick everything on this POS today and get it going, because yeah, I would really like to see this thing run and see if it needs anything else, but we'll see what happens. So I'm stoked about the BBR pipe though. $250 for everything, so definitely over budget, but the cylinder I could probably resale, and the wheel being brand new, that's definitely a good one. I noticed while riding it though that the handlebars are bent, so that is not good. I don't think I'm gonna fix that, but that sucks. Other than that, I mean, it runs pretty good. I gotta move the new shifter over because it's a little tall for the foot to, is it too tall? I think it needs to get dropped like another like 2 teeth or something like that, but runs good. Runs good. We're gonna fit the wiring all up in the biatch, and then stick the plastics on, and we're gonna take it up for a little rippy. Since I've finished the XR, and a couple new components came in, kickstarter and shifter, and new fuel petcock as well. But this thing has been a pain in the butt to sell. I don't know about y'all, but in my area, bikes are stupid cheap right now, and no one wants to buy an XR for what I have it listed for. Luckily for me, I'm into mountain biking, and so I just started hitting up a bunch of people if they wanted to trade for, if they had a dirt jumper, hardtail, full suspension, whatever. And this guy reached out to me the other night and said he'd be down to trade for his 2022 Diamondback something 3 full suspension XC style bike, but full suspension in a large, so which should fit me. We'll see. So, but I have some new fork guards to throw on this bad boy, and we'll get it all squared away. Well, that's a wrap. Traded the XR for this 2022 Atros 3 Diamondback full suspension bike. Definitely, you know, a little rough, but you know, for a full suspension bike, I'm not even gonna complain. But you know, luckily for me, I know how these work, and it's not like I work at a bike shop, so definitely needs a little bit of love. Definitely some grips. The rear brake has literally nothing in it, and the fork does not move at all. So we'll see, but make it something fun.